Hey, what's up, everyone? My name's Lionel. I'm your host for LT Productions. You are watching I Watch You Watch. We are covering Summer House. This is season 2, episode 10, which is actually the Summer House reunion. I'm happy about it. I appreciate everyone for coming to my channel. Please like this video and also subscribe to my channel to stay continuously locked into what is happening on this platform. You can also leave your comments below. Yes, we did get a reunion. It's only one part. I know some people had questions as to why it was in Andy's clubhouse. That's not unnormal to happen. Housewives usually get to have their own stage, and they get part 3 at least. I think sometimes part 2, but they get to have their more formal um, thing. But with this particular crew, like with Below Deck, Southern Charm, Original Summer House, even the new show Southern Hospitality, they do start off in the clubhouse, and as the show grows, then you get a budget for um, an actual studio to go to. I don't know about if Martha's Vineyard is going to have that because of how they film. They film 15 days straight. They'll never get the episode amount unless there is just huge drama that drags out for days, but then the show becomes annoying to us if that does happen. So it's quite, I don't know if it's going to happen for them or not, but I think that they're going to have to redirect some things. I'm going to try to get through everything that happened on the reunion. I actually wrote stuff down. I had to because I knew that we were going to be jumping all over the place, and I had to make sure that I'm giving a clear picture and understand what's happening, who is saying what about whatever. So I'm gonna try to get through that. What I would like to see for season 3, I should talk about the fashions, and I'll do that right now. So there's only a few I think hit, and we'll just start with the nucleus of the group. Jasmine, I think for what she gave us blonde and also a snatched mommy body is what she gave with her attire that she did have on. I loved her look for what it was. I'm not saying it was Chanel or whatever. I don't know what her label was, and I'm not talking about that. But because she looked great in what she wore, I loved it. And I did not dislike the dress, just to let y'all know that. Bria, she did look nice. Makeup, hair, all that good stuff. So obviously, somebody foot the bill for that. And yes, I'm being shady right up front. I'm trying to think. Preston went with the all pink with the hat and all of that. I'm gonna give it a mid. I know that you wanted to go with the theme of pink. I think I wanted you a little bit more stylish than the whole pink, if you want to call it nylon. I think it is. I'm not a fashion guy. I just like what I like when I see it. Nick, to me, he was stylish. I felt like it was mid for Nick. Nick dressed very casual. He did have his shirt unbuttoned, so we were seeing some of the chest. We appreciate that at any cost. But I just thought that Nick could have did better. That's my thoughts, according to how he usually is styled. I think everyone else. Summer, to me, I'm gonna call it mid. And this is what I mean. She looks beautiful. I feel like she really doesn't have to try. That's my opinion on that, because it's like it's like, okay, cool with the gown that you did have on, but I don't think you tried to be outstanding. You looked great, everything. Just to let you know that. Noelle hit it off the bat. She's great. Got the curves in every place. She looked spectacular. Loved it. I think I hit everybody on that couch or on that side. Shanice looked like a little girl, but she's 20-something anyways. Amir, I didn't like what you had going on. You had, like, the top didn't really go with the bottom, even though you had on white. And from what I saw on your Instagram a post, you were inspired by Marvin Gaye's look where he was in his white suit, but you didn't look that way. You had some type of t-shirt underneath that looked like possibly a wife beater type shirt, and these flaring pants. Nothing really matched what you had going on. I think if you just did something different, it would have been better. Amir, you look like a Backstreet Boy, 98 Degrees, or NSYNC. No. And you can do better than what you did. That's my opinion. And Jasmine and Jordan, I don't know what you had on. I don't know what you had on. But that wasn't for you. Your makeup and your wig is a lot better than what we were seeing in this house. I love that. But I don't know what you had on. I'm done with the fashions. Oh, and the packages start rolling out. We start talking about the Noel and Summer and Alex situation. Alex says that he ended things with Summer through a conversation. He said the last time they hooked up, we ended up having a talk and he didn't want to move forward with anything. Summer says that that was a lie. She says that it just kind of just fizzled out. But she ended up saying that a conversation that they did have, he ended up saying that he was an F-boy. And we'll get into that in just a few minutes because it's actually defined if Alex is an F-boy or not. What do you guys think before we even get into that explanation? Andy did ask Summer, why did you have to describe what was going on between you and Alex as him being inside of you? And why did you tell Noel? Summer says that she told her. And then Noel goes, these are lies. No. Summer's trying to say what she said. And Noel's just over it. No, we're going to stop with these lies. Noel did good for the reunion, but there's something I feel like she's gassed up to do. That's the feeling I'm getting. Whether y'all like Summer or not, that's neither here or there for me. It's like, okay. So Summer explains that she said that, hey, we were hanging out. There's nothing more going on. If you want to pursue it, cool. Summer says that she talked with Noel beforehand. Anyone that's ever been with one of my friends at all, dated, whatever. She said that on a general level, that I would not go after or pursue anything. So then they go into, okay, when you found out about her and Alice hooking up, you still pursued after. No. Like, well, yeah, you did. But then she was like, I wasn't pursuing. I'm in a house with single people. I was just flirting. Ma'am, there was more to it than that. You can say the cameras played it up or whatever, but you did. You even said in your confessional that the house was talking you up to actually go talk to him to see what can be. So that's crazy to me. And then you did have egg on your face when you found out that he did not want to pursue anything with you. That is truth as far as what we saw on camera. But now it's just flirting. That ain't no flirting. And if you were flirting, then it wouldn't mean so much to you as to Noel not telling you that they were intimate. Sorry. I'm not buying that totally. It looks like Summer has strong points. You do have strong points too. But you're not totally the victim in all of this. Because you did what you wanted to do in spite of. Okay, so we move on to Alex being an F-boy or not. Jasmine does not agree to that because they were like, how can y'all define him as an F-boy? He hasn't treated the ladies any better or whatever. I don't know what definition F-boy is for some people. I don't know. It's one of those type of love bombing, leave them type of situations. But if you guys were just hanging out and all that good stuff, you weren't even in a relationship and you made him come and he was just a 5. I don't get it. Whatever. Other people don't agree that Alex is an F-boy. Noel says that you said that to her, that you wanted to be an F-boy. And Andy was like, did he actually say that? Did he actually say the words F-boy? Because maybe Summer did assume something. We never got the answer because now they jumped onto something else. I was like, weird. Alex was giving some interesting read. He said, fall back, Autumn. Remember on Watch What Happens Live, he says that Summer also has been named Autumn too. She was calling herself that. But I feel like Alex was ready to give that type of shade. Rehearse read, basically. I was like, it was funny, but it's like, bro, come on. They talk about the photo that Summer sent to Jasmine or to Jordan. Jordan doesn't feel like it was really anything like creepy about that. But Summer said, it was just a kiki. It wasn't really anything to it. It could be sent as if, okay, well, I would look at it, or how things were presented to us is like Summer's acting like there was something really developing between you guys, and just basically y'all got your rocks off with each other. So I don't know. Y'all can leave in the comments what you guys think of that, because was Summer being extra creepy, talking about this and that, acting like there was really something going on that wasn't really? There was sex going on, of course, but no real relationship, because it kind of felt like, this is my dude. That's how it felt, but I don't know. Summer leaving those voice notes. If you did watch What Happened Live, it was just like Alex said that she was leaving voice notes like she was a crazy ex-girlfriend. Summer said, I left one voice note. I remember Summer doing an interview, and she specifically said that there were things that were going on the show that she was reacting to. That's what she said. We didn't get to hear the answer because we really only heard that. People start talking over each other, and Andy went on to something else. That's the only thing that can be confusing about these reunions, because they nip, slip, this, that, and we don't get full, complete whatever that we need to get closure on certain things. Summer and Noelle, they're just cordial. Later on in the reunion, she just says, I'm good, Noelle. Baby, when you show me who you are, believe them. That whole saying there. That's what type of time that she's on. I do love Noelle, but I do feel like since Noelle's been able to make other friendships within the house, she can easily let go of Summer. And because of how some people have felt about Summer during this last vacation, she knows that she can ease out of it with nobody really questioning it. And what did happen. I'm not at all making light of what Summer and Noelle went through, and even that shove, even though Noelle, she told you to get away from her, and you did what you kept doing. And Noelle said, Summer said in an interview, it was like over an hour, and I got tired, and I pushed her off of me. I don't know. It just seems a little inauthentic. As authentic as you have been this summer, it just seems like you are making sure that you get into some alliances that you better be careful with. Because these girls around here give me the impression of, look, we known each other forever, and we can kick you to the side whenever we want to. And guess what, Noelle? Normally your season 2s is when the target's on you. So I would watch my back on who you think is your friend now. Okay, Amir and Natalie. Amir, does Natalie trust you? Amir says, when I said what I said about her cutting off my penis, I was just trying to make things funny. She does trust me, but we were building trust at the time. I think that even if I was in Natalie's shoes, I would feel uncomfortable a little bit, because I seen my now boyfriend is going back into a house with a girl that he was pursuing heavily over, and probably made the same moves on me that he did on Jordan. I can see that happening. I can feel that uncomfortableness. You can't trust nobody for 15 days, then you don't really need to be with them. That's my opinion. They talk about the person that Natalie had an issue with is because of Summer being touchy with Amir. Amir gets into it as to what he meant by touchy. You touch my hand, and then you would just linger. Like, you touch my hand, and you'll touch my shoulder. Because Summer was like, well, I'm not really that type of clingy person, so I'm not really understanding where you're coming from. Help me. One thing, Summer did the thing, like some people did say during the reunion, like, she was actively hearing and wanting people to express how they felt about her. What she wasn't getting with is how active Noelle wanted to be. I do think that Noelle turned it up a little bit. That's my personal feelings. But anyways, so she's like, I'm not really that way, so I'm trying to understand. So your hand lingered, and then it can look a certain way, is what Amir said. So I said, okay. But Summer was like, well, why did you only approach me around the time that Natalie was coming into the house? You could have told me that a long time ago. Did he say anything? I forgot what he said, but whatever. Andy asked, who thinks that Natalie is for Amir? And everybody had, the people that spoke up had a synonymous talk or take on what's going on. They look cute together. But I don't think Amir has found his person. Amir and Natalie just bought a house. Natalie's on the deed. They have a mortgage. They've been dating for 1.5 or 1.6 months. Is marriage is down the road? Yes. He already said he got a ring picked out. And then Andy makes a joke of, so when did Natalie tell you got to propose to her? They talked about when Natalie basically emasculated Amir about how much she makes opposed to what Amir makes. Because of how I've seen how they interact, I've said this before during my reviews, they have this competitive spirit about themselves. Amir is naturally competitive towards the guys, of course, but I think whom he's comfortable with, he does compete with. I didn't take anything that serious about it. Of course, because of her race, it's going to be taking something totally different with black folk. I can't help how y'all feel about this whole situation. I didn't take it that serious. And all I know is time would tell in regards to that. And I can't judge something just that because I don't have much context of what's really going on in the relationship, unfortunately. This ensemble cast is big, and you cannot really decipher everything about them, unfortunately. They talk about the situation about the future. Remember, she said something about, they talked about what's the future for them at Freaknik. She went in because they read Candace's, Dillard Bassett's comment from the Real Housewives of Potomac about, okay, you're talking about marriage, family, and she's talking about corporate America. What's up with this? He says that they have a lot of conversations about life and also work balance on what we want to do and build up our lives. It was supposed to be some type of exchange, or at least he expected it. Since she talked about the business side, he talked about the life, love, marriage, relationship side of it. They're co-partners in this whole thing. I don't know if I believe what they're selling right now, just to be honest. I mean, only time will tell as to what's going on. And it looks like, Amir, you're going to have to keep watching yourself because a lot could go on that now that you guys are two owners of a home with no real commitment. There's only commitment in word. As Jamie, that's me, another content creator you should go follow. Good luck. Noelle asked Amir, why did you tell Natalie that all the girls were crazy for you? He gave one example of Shanice. Word got back to him that Shanice said that she wanted to F him. And guess what it was? It was the same time that Shanice was popping out her titties in the room. This was last year, walking through. And no one seems to still, even during this reunion, talk about Shanice. I don't like that whatsoever. It's the politics of men versus women, black men versus women, black women, and what they can do and what men can't do. I don't like that whatsoever. Shanice said, yeah, I did want to F you, but I wasn't going to shoot my shot. Sound like you were seducing him, but you get away with it. You get a pass. So we'll just move right along from you. All right, so we go to Summer's package. We see all the stuff that she was going through and all that good stuff. And then when Andy asks, how is she doing? She cries. And she ends up saying, it's just hard to watch. Watch the playback, And of course, the question was asked, how come you didn't feel like you could be comfortable in opening up to Preston and Jordan? They were telling you all of their issues and all that good stuff. And Summer basically, just said, I could hear their problems, but I don't know how to express my problems to people. And she went further and said, I understand. The people in my life who were supposed to be there for me, that I've been open and available for, have left me, rejected me. And now I didn't want to be vulnerable with people or potential people people that I love, Preston and Jordan, and then they leave me or use it against me. I understand that too well. Summer may be annoying, but I think I understand her. I don't act out the same way that she does. However, I understand the foundation of her all too well. I get it. I really get it. And my heart goes out to her. Summer and Bria, how are things going? Because y'all kept clashing with each other. They said, we're good. So it was never that big. It's interesting. And Andy did ask, Noelle, hearing things about Summer, is there any way that you guys can rebuild? She's getting help. And Noelle said, I'm good. We're good. No, I don't want that. I still think that Noelle, I'm not saying that you don't have a valid right to feel some of the things that you feel. I just feel like you have joined an alliance within the group. And season 3 will tell all of that, if I am correct or not. Alex interjects and he says, isn't it possible that even when you're going through this and don't want to say this and share that you don't have to treat people horrible? He didn't say it just like that, but basically that was what he was saying. I felt like it was a dig. Alex, and I think that was nasty work. And I think you wanted to drive in the stake in the heart at that point, because you wanted to make it clear at how unstable and crazy Summer is. That's what I do really feel. I ain't had a problem with you all season, but I just think that you knew what you were doing when you said that. And Summer said, well, yeah, it is possible for you to act right, but everything is subjective at how people react to things, and as far as what they're going through and what they have pushed down and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Jordan jumped in and Summer agreed. She didn't have the tools to really be this and be that, da-da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, thank God for you, Mr. Guru, at peace and in tune with oneself that meditates every day, sir. That felt a little judgmental also, because you have found a way to be at peace because of your daily meditations. And that's cool. That's cool that you have that of those fundamentals about yourself, sir. But you took a dig right there, and that was judgmental in my book. And that's not cool. That's just me. They talk about Preston, how things with your family. He says it's gotten worse. And it's at the point of his dad had debts that now debt collectors are coming after him and his sister in regards to his dad's debt. I understand that so well, Preston. I get it. I really get it. 2017 was not a good year for me. And I'll leave it at that, because one day I'm going to tell my story. But I totally get what's going on in your family now. And family will show you who they are. If I don't want to say great or grand enough person within the family does pass away. I understand it. Summer and Preston. Oh, Andy asked, how are things between Summer and Preston? And Summer says, really, Preston, we are very good. He is just like the love of my life. And I love him, blah, 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 blah. They're good. She says that I love Jordan. We're still working out some things, but it looks like that knit group is still knit in some type of way. They still got to work on things and work on Jordan's. I think work on Jordan, but hey, whatever. She says that she did find her biological dad that she knew that was on Facebook, but she says that's not really good. They have no contact. I don't know the whole context of everything, but it doesn't look like the dude really wants to be a part of Summer's life. But she said that she's got her grandfather adopted her at a young age. She has uncles and cousins and things like that, male people that in her life, that she is fulfilled in that way. Let's see. We go on to Preston and Bria's relationship. This on and off banter. At the end of the day, they'll do this I love you type situation, but then at the same time, it looked like it's a big old F you type of situation when you talk about all this love you stuff. It just seems like whatever. Preston says that, he's willing to take out the time to really find how we could be in relationship. It is a brother and sister type of relationship. I'm not expecting anyone else to understand what's going on here. That's just probably for us. And if we find out that there's really nothing there for us, that's cool too. And Bria said, the same. They get into some more deep stuff. Bria has felt like there's been certain digs that happen, especially on the first day of coming into the house. Y'all didn't even have a relationship then, but you're talking about how Preston was describing you on the first day in the house, even though that was confessional. But I don't even know when your two's relationship began, for real. And then Preston was like, why are you using this against me when there's been a lot of ways that I've been there for you off camera? You're telling me things that are just pertaining to this show. Not saying that you should act differently on the show, but I think Preston was getting to the point, no, I've been there for you. I do appreciate, I was valuing the relationship that we were developing. And there are things that you do that are still wrong that I'm still going to talk about. She talks about Bria got arrested in Paris. And Preston said, I was on the phone with you. I cried with you on the phone with you. I was speaking with international lawyers to help you out. I don't understand why you think that I'm just so against you. Simon wasn't even there for you. And then she said, yes, he was. He bailed me out. Okay. Okay. I mean, that is good. Thank God he bailed you out. What else he did? Then they talk about the Bria and Simon relationship thing. She's back in Germany full time. The thing that was going on is that Bria wasn't there and was long distance because I cook for him. I clean for him. I help him out in his business. Man, you're still a mule for this German man. And the biggest thing is him not listening to me and understanding where I'm coming from. Okay, I really don't care. And the question was raised, does Simon want clout for the show? It looks like he's using you for clout. Bria doesn't agree to that. And some of the people in the house, it was brought to his attention, actually thought that. It was like a rumor. But then they all said, no, we all go to her individually and give our grievances as to what we feel about Simon while he's being in the house. She does go into how she was embarrassed at how Simon was acting while in the house during Nick's thing. And I know it meant a lot to Nick, and I did not want anything to go wrong. Blah, 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 blah. Jasmine's package. They talk about the insensitivity that Jordan made in the confessional about Jasmine and Simon's pregnancy. She said that she was being lighthearted funny, and she didn't see anything wrong. However, girl, you caught yourself in the confessional because obviously the interviewer had their eyebrows up. And now you're like, this is just my sense of humor. And then Jasmine was like, so you couldn't tell me before it even aired? Well, when you brought it to me, then I was like, oh, I didn't think anything of it. But you did think something of it, so you're a liar. Jordan gets away with a lot of stuff. I'm ready for season 3. Because I think Jasmine's about to drag you. I won't say by the hair. Because whatever. They talk about the alopecia thing. They really didn't get into how she felt mistrusted by or betrayed by Summer. Whatever. But she says that her hair had been growing back, but she got a new flare-up most recently. So, who missed Silas? A few people raised their hands. Preston didn't raise his hand. Preston basically says he doesn't really have a relationship with Silas at this point. Obviously, he's overseas and all that. And Jasmine's just looking like Silas and Preston. Preston is Silas's friend, F-E-R-N, obviously, but they don't communicate at all. That's basically what I'm getting from Preston. I don't know what to take of that. Jasmine feels some type of way. Like, y'all, so you were his line brother, you were in his wedding, and basically there's just nothing there. I don't know how I feel about that. I can see Silas's side, and I can see how Jasmine could react like it's almost like there's nothing at all. I don't know. And I'm taking way too long. And Jasmine, there was a question asked, but then Jasmine just said, I'm asking everybody around this group, what do I need to be accountable for? Nobody was able to say a word. They talk about the Jamaica trip. The Jamaica trip, we find out that Shanice and Jordan, per Summer told us, are the ones that said that they didn't want Jasmine to go on the Jamaican trip. Now, Preston was on the Brooke Ashley show. Shout out to the Brooke Ashley. And he said it was Shanice and Bria. I kept asking myself, well, how much weight do they really have in this whole situation? It's not making any sense to me. And we don't even know what their grievances are. They just said no, and those two, their vote had that much power. That didn't make sense to me whatsoever. So then I was like, okay. No, that didn't make sense. But anyways, I feel, Preston, you did lie. You said one thing in an interview because you made this total argument you're not my friend, Jasmine, so I don't have any say or anything. And it wasn't even Jordan that was trying to vote you out. We just went by what they were saying. So you had a good argument with your interview, but now here it doesn't look that way. And now it looks more and more like Jordan is the common denominator and she's pulling the strings within the group. And there's something underlining there. And I think season 3 is going to tell it all. And I try to give y'all the benefit of the doubt. I listen to you often and trust what you have to say, Preston, but you're looking really caught up at this time. There's documented stuff of you saying one thing and then it's another thing when you get on the stage in reunion. So it looks like you protect Jordan a lot. And Jordan came out of this reunion unscathed, but Jasmine, you did nudge a little bit on her wig. And you said, I'm going to make it I don't know what you said exactly, but I'm making a conscious decision that, I need to check you within our friendship. I said, go ahead. Jasmine was not playing any games during this reunion because nothing that she felt was valid and nobody could even come up with anything. But in this group, people do backpedal and pussy pop all the time and can't stand on anything. Summer should have been the one that was just such a liar. But no, she stood on business also. But Preston and Jasmine, they was getting into it for a minute. I loved the little exchange that they had. They weren't doing each other dirty or anything like that. Preston felt the type of way, like, why is this pressure on me to try to be the mediator or whatever? Or she's just like, why couldn't you speak up for me? Even if I wasn't your friend, it's not making any sense. But we understand that Jordan was controlling all of this. That's my feelings on it. And at this point, nobody can shake me from it because there's nothing else nobody's giving to say, oh, no, that wasn't it at all. As far as only Jordan's claim is that you were somebody that I didn't recognize, I didn't trust. But I mean, that is such a weird word. Trust. Did she betray your trust, girl? You say some of the most out there things and people come back to you like, no, you use the wrong words. You sound like you're smart, but you really lack some intelligence somewhere. I don't hate you, but I think you need a hard read to break down all of this stuff that you got going on with yourself. Somebody needs to break your face. Not literally. I want to see your face on the floor. I want better for you. I know it don't seem like it, but I do want better for you. But Jasmine's like, I'm changing and I'm evolving. And it just looked like some people aren't able to really keep up. I mean, she did change. Was she doing some weird stuff last year? Yeah. Was it caused to separate? I don't think so. But y'all are weird like that. And I think now I'm starting to believe some of the stuff that people were saying. That y'all really don't like Jasmine being the leader of the group. When she's the reason why there's even a show called Summer's House, Martha's Vineyard. Just to let you know. Next page. Jordan's only thing about Nick being handsy, touchy, whatever, is that you were in a relationship. It wasn't something threatening and all that good stuff. She did say that. She's consistent with that. And it just doesn't look right. Nick said that he looked back and he said, you know what? I don't think that I should have been doing that. It didn't look right. In instances, he looked back and he was able to own up to that. Tasia and Nick are not together anymore. They did have a conversation before the holidays, like, hey, I'm going this direction, you going that direction. I don't think that we should be together anymore. It was brought up into how his behavior in the house, but he says that wasn't the straw that broke the camel's back. And that's that on that. Then we find out that there's a rift between Nick and Amir, but they talk so unreal and political. You're like, what? Okay. So are things okay with you guys or not? Amir feels like in that moment, you look like your eyes wander, You'll sit there and watch when an ass is in your face or Shanice's titty. I mean, but they're there. Why do it seemed like he says that in that moment, everyone else was just laughing. Ooh, look at them doing that. You were the one that had focus on what was right in front of you. And Nick was like, what is all these semantic stuff? Like, you act like I asked her to give me a lap dance and I'm rubbing her booty and all that good stuff. Y'all trying to make this name off of me and I don't understand it. It's there. And it's available. They decide to do all this stuff and now I'm just supposed to look away as if I'm not in a house full of women that are just doing certain things that are right beside me. And now I gotta. There is an ass over there and I will not watch. I will not take notice. I will not take notice of titties being out. He has to be respectful but those ladies, those don't have to be. Crazy. They get in on the whole Natalie thing. As I said before, I still stand on it. Natalie is guilty. The other ladies, y'all still guilty too. Y'all let it be on camera. So I said what I said about that, not going over that. going over that again. It was going to get out to Tasia anyways because you made sure that you said what you said on camera. They said that there's a rift, but I guess they went to some game, and I think things are better, but there was no clear message, so I was like, okay, whatever. Phil and Mariah. The only thing, nobody's still really feeling Phil. About the whole Mariah and Amir thing, the only thing that they just spoke about is how dismissive dude was. Amir was. Jasmine did not like that. You know, we didn't like that you were just being dismissive, but if you were accountable or at least apologetic to her, and we saw that, I'm cool with that. Because nobody's going to put the whole blame on the whole situation on you. Because still, Bria wanted smoke. And didn't even deny that she did it, which is weird to me. And Bria doesn't even have no smoke for Amir at all, which is weird. Shanice got a job. She works in software sales. They talked about the whole situation. Shanice with her and Summer about her not being able to dress. She tried to get pity out of people during the season, not during the reunion, and tried to lie. So she was gaslighting the situation about how Summer actually said Shanice, and it wasn't the way it was. It was recorded. We saw it. So I don't understand what you're seeing differently. But whatever. She got a job. She doesn't, because she's having sex with these guys, they don't pay her. They don't give her any money. They're not my boyfriend. Okay, I guess you just like sex and dudes that use you, because that's all you are is a playboy. You're a play toy. That's all I do have. This was a lot. I think I still like the cast. Just add some more guys in that are single. We need single people to be able to hook up, do whatever, and have fun. And the woe is me stuff has got to go. Summer did say that when she come back to the Summer house, she said she'd rather have it in smaller doses. So Summer already said in interviews that she doesn't really want to come back. So, oh well, Summer, what's the drama? Y'all got to create more drama next season. Bria, you're going to do what you do. There's some people I would get rid of, but I don't know who they would actually choose. And truly, original, you do suck. Because I think that you all missed a lot of potential also, despite all of the woe is me crap. But you suck, and you will continue to suck. That's all I do have. Please let me know in the comments what you guys think of this season. I do apologize. This is so long. Please like and subscribe to this channel. And until the next one, peace.